Okay, so we're back here with Jeff Pulver.
And here I am with you. And today is the end of the end of the year 2010. A pretty amazing, spectacular year on some levels, hard in others. But overall, it was a great year for someone who wanted to accidentally explore America, get to know who the people behind the people are, and really start a new adventure. I'm sad to see this year end because I thought it was just starting to get going. My year started out crazily, as it always did at CES, and I kind of pushed and continued to explore things like high definition voice, because I do think after all these years into this communication revolution, we should be hearing each other in HD, not just seeing each other in HD and TV. And so HD voice is a platform that I will continue to push for as long as I have a chance to be heard. This is a year, though, that I really started to see the effects of the real-time web on people and on life, and it's ironic how tragedy brings together people more, and that we get to see humanity highlighted and focused on. The tragic earthquake in Haiti brought out so much good in people, and kind of like gave me a new idea about what Twitter was all about, in the sense of how a back channel was born that enabled civilians to connect to the military, connect not only to people engaged on the ground in the campaigns, but a civilian in New York City could actually connect to the Pentagon and say something that was significant, and then feel very connected after the fact. It was a really crazy year. I tried to travel wherever the 140 world would take me, and then I discovered, of course, that I can't scale to where I want to be. I did some pretty crazy stuff. I don't know, I somehow ended up with 140 conferences in as far away places as Barcelona and Austin and New York City and Washington, D.C. and Tel Aviv and Boston and San Francisco. And then, I don't know, the magic happened in Detroit. Somehow the Midwest came out and showed some love for the people and the energy for the people of Detroit, and really that was great. And then the craziness of running a conference in a small town, the whole absurdity of trying to make these things happen because I wanted them to happen, and they did. Of course, 140 Small Town would not have happened without our dear friend Becky McRae. She is the owner of the term hybrid vigor, but more importantly, she's someone who believes and understands and shares. And between Detroit and 140 Small Town, my year is just different. It was because of those events that I got to travel the Midwest several times. I went on an incredible journey in August, sponsored by companies like Buick and Sprint and Kodak and Doubletree Hotels and Glasso and Wave. They enabled me to have a real-time car, driving the rural America, driving the Midwest, and connecting with individuals, and really starting to understand where people were at and what the state of social media was or wasn't in America. And I really had a wonderful chance to meet people and just show up and have conversations. It was a year I'll never forget, and a year which I'd love to actually replicate in some ways and learn from it. And I hope in 2011 to have another chance to drive America, not just the Midwest, but maybe other parts. I want to do the Delta Blues. I want to check out New England. I want to maybe go up to the Northwest, maybe the Southwest. Who knows? I think it's kind of unbounded in many ways. We're certainly seeing the effects of the social web changing our habits, changing how we approach things, creating all sorts of complications in our personal lives, creating opportunities in our business lives, and either dividing or conquering or maybe challenging how we present ourselves as people. It was an incredible journey. Now, the economy kind of still sucked, and and a lot of things we wanted to do we put off, but we still managed to get out there and say hello. We still managed to share a hug or two or three. I think we're starting to feel people online more. I think we're able to communicate effectively in ways that doesn't necessarily make sense, but we can feel it's right. And as I enter 2011, I just wish the best for everybody involved. I've been fortunate to be able to get connected with friends of mine all over the world. I do have a strong affinity to Tel Aviv, it's true. Many of the people who I consider a friend live there, and there's just something magical about the energy about living in a city which is a startup nation all to itself. And not to be cliche or passe, but it's pretty true. It's every time I'm out to dinner with somebody, I'm hearing about another idea, another innovation, another something. Then I get inspired about things that maybe I could be doing, and that just doesn't happen anywhere else. Maybe it happens in cafes in Palo Alto, but I don't live in Palo Alto. Where I live, I'm not necessarily thinking about startups all the time, but it has to start me up, it has to start us up, and maybe looking at how we change and how we grow. But this year I start out, I'll be in Vermont and Toronto. I'll be heading over to Omaha. I'm very happy to be speaking at the University of Nebraska in mid-January. I'm heading over to TLD in Munich, visiting London this January. February has me back in Tel Aviv, and then South by Southwest time. 140 New York City, June 15th and 16th is going to be a great event. I just believe it will be, and it'll be a terrific, amazing opportunity to once again continue the discussions of the effects of the real-time web on us, we the people. And really about the revolution about we the people, because it's not really the we, it's the me's, and it's the us is in the I's. But it's an incredible time to be out there to connect. So anyway, this is a very long way of me wishing you a very happy and healthy New Year, and wishing that you give yourself a chance to rediscover new passions and give yourself a chance to fulfill your dreams, and to just give yourself an opportunity to enjoy tomorrow and make tomorrow the day you want it to be. I'm Jeff Pulver. Thanks for listening to this mellow, not melancholy, but end of year rap. And I hope to catch you on Twitter or Facebook or on email or one of the upcoming events we may share. Anyway, thanks for being there. I appreciate it.